I feel like you guys are at a little bit of advantage just knowing Brennan so well.
Yeah, I know our guys are super fortunate to have played against BA. Also, the opportunity to go against Coach and I. There's a lot of these guys in the program that have played a bunch against this offensive scheme. At the same time, there's new wrinkles. They have a little bit different flavor with the personnel that they have at NC State, and we're excited to be able to compete against them.
So what kind of stands out about BA when you face them here, but also in the game film?
Yeah, super competitor, a young man that loves the game of football, and he's got great arm strength and can do a lot with his feet as well. So, he presents a lot of challenges for us on defense.
Have you seen any changes on film from last year to this year when you watch him?
I think that any quarterback that continues to play at a high level, you continue to see more and more maturity as far as decision making, and he's a super competitor, and it'll be fun to go compete against him, and it'll be the first time he'll have to take off that multicolored jersey and have some guys chase him here at University of Virginia.
There's been a lot of injuries. How have you guys kind of been able to adapt, and what freshmen have you seen step up?
Yeah, as far as freshmen, you just look at Keandre Walker, played some valuable snaps. You look at Caleb Hardy, played great snaps. A young one in Cam Robinson has stepped up and has had, embraced his role on special teams, and then also his role of playing on defense. So it's exciting to see him play his best football, and their best football as we go forward.
We knew Lex was waiting on his MRI. Have you guys gotten any update on him yet?
We're still waiting on an update on Lex.
How much has that offense been tweaked since he left here and has been in Syracuse?
Yeah, he does a great job as far as trying to create unique matchups and using unique personnel groupings to get to their core plays. I think you evolve always off of the personnel that you have, and so that's what's been fun studying throughout the week to see exactly what their identity is in the run game, and to see what their core concepts are going to be in the pass game.
To the untrained sports writer eye, Brennan's got the arm to make every throw on the field. They don't really have a star receiver. Is there a challenge when you have a team that it could come anywhere because there's no focal point?
And they're super talented across the board. You look at just up front, you look at their backs, you look at the receiving core, a bunch of guys that can make a ton of plays, and they have the ability to be very balanced too, as far as to run the ball, also to pass it, and then have a quarterback that can extend some plays.
And I think Brennan is respectfully a little feast or famine in terms of sometimes he'll make a throw that you think, why would you throw that? And it can be picked, and sometimes he makes that same throw and it goes 76 yards for a touchdown. What is the challenge for a secondary when you have a guy who will throw into coverage and take chances like that?
Yeah, it's I'm trying to think, give you the best answer there. What you got to do is you got to play your best game, and what you have to do is you have to be consistent with understanding that it's going to go both ways throughout a game. They're going to make some plays, we're going to make some plays, and you just can't get too high or too low as you go out throughout those games.
Cohen King has been a steady force back there in the secondary for you guys. What has been the biggest growth you've seen when he moved from that safety to corner?
Well, Cohen played corner freshman and sophomore year, and I think just the growth as far as the footwork and fundamentals is the biggest growth that he's seen as he's gone against really talented receivers throughout the beginning of the season. He's done a really nice job as far as being competitive over there, tackling, and when challenged with one-on-ones, he's won those one-on-ones.
How do you feel about that other corner spot? Is Westfall back? How did you think Green and the young guys played?
Yeah, that's we got to, all 11 have to play really, really well, and I think that be it corner, be it linebacker or D-line, it's going to be super competitive, and we're going to continue to put guys out there that we know that can be productive.
Is Sam back, Westfall?
Yes, he is.
Apologize if you already were asked this, but the pressure from the D-line on opposing quarterbacks, Chico and Cam have said kind of just a matter of finishing on the quarterback. What's kind of your take there in order to generate some more pressure, some more sacks?
Yeah, I think that last week we did make the quarterback uncomfortable with some different coverage looks. We had the quarterback, we had unblocked hats, and now we just got to capitalize. We missed a few when we should have been on the upfield shoulder. So there's some things fundamentally that we as coaches evaluated ourselves at and looked at, hey, did we really put them through these situations? Now again, it always comes down to, not only winning the one-on-one pass rush matchup against a guard or tackle or center, but then it comes down to, after winning that one-on-one, then you got a really athletic guy in that backfield that you got to put on the ground. And again, we'll face another elusive quarterback again this week.
What do you do in practice to combat that quarterback who's got some wiggle and can move around?
Yeah, you try to, we have some drill work that we put them through, and then just emphasizing the fundamentals of their finish. And it's something that we work a ton of tackling. And then what you do is when you go good on good throughout the week, that Coach Elliott puts us in those positions, we got to show that we'll put those athletic quarterbacks, at least be in a position to put athletic quarterbacks on the ground.
How close do you think Chico is to being back to where he wants to be?
Yeah, I think Chico is ready. He's ready to roll, and he's going to be super productive, throughout the remainder of the year. And I think that it ebbs and flows throughout a season as far as which games. You have to show up in the run game maybe one or two more times or hold a gap, and then other games you might end up showing where you got an opportunity to get a little bit more pass rush, or the quarterback rolls to your side. So that production throughout a season ends up being a product of a little bit of what you see from the offense.
And then with Cam, he's been really good, 2.5 sacks already. What have you seen from him with his pass rush?
What Cam does, you talk about a young man, he plays hard, and he's just a film junkie. He's the guy that's sitting in the meeting rooms, asking questions. He's here late, he's here early. And, again, it's just that whole group. There's a bunch of those guys on defense that spend a bunch of time above and beyond the time that we're allotted here, NCAA-wise, of preparing themselves and getting ready for these opponents.